We often start self-reflection in the hope that it helps us grow as a person and live a happier life. But in most cases, it doesn't happen. Why is that? And how we can turn this around and use self-reflection as a powerful tool to grow as a person and live a happier life. Let's start with defining what self-reflection is. You can think about it this way. Self-reflection works like a mirror that doesn't show you your reflection, but it shows you your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions. You can also think about it like a window to your own mind that can also lead you down the rabbit hole of self criticism and overthinking if we don't know how to use it. Join me on this journey to explore what self reflection actually is and how we can use it as a power for transformation. By definition, self reflection is the process of looking inward and examining our thoughts, feelings, experiences, and actions. It involves introspection and self awareness, where we take the time to really see ourselves and know our values, beliefs, and motivations. When we self reflect, we often aim to gain a better understanding of ourselves and to make conscious decisions for improvements in various aspects of our lives. However, before we start on this powerful tool for personal growth, we must understand it fully. Because when we misunderstand it, self reflection can lead us down a path to unhappiness. Here are the reasons why. 1. Self criticizing habit. When we have become so used to criticizing ourselves, that attitude affects our self reflection. When we observe ourselves and discover our negative patterns, we start criticizing ourselves more than ever. This is why, despite our effort to grow and be happier, we often end up feeling more self conscious than joyful. But what if we change how we treat ourselves? Instead of blaming and criticizing, let's be kind and curious about ourselves. If we can understand that we adopted those patterns as a way to survive, which was the right choice at the time, we can better understand ourselves. This understanding leads to patience and empathy. Instead of adding to our emotional pain, we learn to let it go. Letting go of this habit will allow self reflection to guide us to a much happier state. 2. Misunderstanding self reflection. There is a huge difference between self analyzing and self observation. Self analyzing is constantly thinking about ourselves and often finding more shortcomings and flaws. When we do that, we also criticize ourselves a lot more. Comparison, criticizing, and accusation are inseparable parts of self analyzing and result in being self conscious more than ever. However, the aim of self reflection should be self observation. When we observe ourselves, we are curious. We are not critical. We don't judge, blame, or accuse. We purely observe ourselves out of curiosity. Self observation helps us become truly interested in ourselves. It is like discovering a new land. We discover what is available and what is not, and how we can improve that land to optimize our use. The difference between self analyzing and self observation is similar to watching a movie and criticizing it. Let's watch ourselves instead of judging and criticizing. 3. Comparison habit. When we start self reflection, we often compare ourselves to others. This habit can lead to unhappiness because we tend to focus on what we lack or where we fall short in comparison to others. Constantly comparing ourselves can lower our self esteem and create negative feelings, making self reflection less effective for personal growth and happiness. It is important to recognize that comparison never brings happiness. Because even when we momentarily feel superior to someone we are comparing ourselves to, there will be many other times when we feel inferior. We need to let go of this habit and allow self reflection to do its magic. 4. Neglecting the positive. Self reflection often begins when we are feeling emotional pain somehow or our life isn't going as planned. When we start, we often focus too much on our problems, mistakes, and what is not going well in our lives. We do this to figure out why we are feeling this way or why our life isn't working. But this often means we forget about our strengths, our accomplishments, and the good things about us and our lives. When we forget about the good parts, it can make us see ourselves in a way that is not true, and this can make us even unhappier. 5. Unrealistic expectations. Self reflection sometimes lead to the setting of very high and often unrealistic standards for ourselves. When we constantly try for perfection and set unattainable goals, we are more likely to experience disappointment when we don't meet these expectations. 6. Lack of action. Self reflection can sometimes become a passive exercise where we identify our flaws, shortcomings, or areas for improvement but fail to take actions to address these issues. Without actions, self reflection can lead to frustration and a feeling of being stuck because we recognize our problems but don't work on finding solutions. Taking action after self reflection means choosing specific methods or techniques to help us break free from negative patterns in our emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. This approach can significantly improve our lives and how we feel about ourselves. As I mentioned before in this video, self reflection is a tool. It's up to us how we use it. Are we using it for self criticism and self condemnation, or are we using it as a powerful tool that can help us transform to a better version of ourselves? Personal growth is a journey, and the very first step is self reflection. When you start self reflection, be really gentle and compassionate toward yourself. Just use it as a guide and see what's going on inside you. What is going on with your thoughts, with your emotions, with your actions. Let it help you to understand yourself much better. If you have already started self reflection, come here and share your experience with others so they would understand their journey better. I hope you gained some clarity in this video and now you can avoid the pitfalls of self reflection. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.